Jeff, it's great to see you. I'm a little disappointed you've got the cap on again. We're going to have to do another unveiling here at some point. How did you sleep last night with the fresh feel?
It was good. I was nice and cool. So.
So I'll say this. I mean, I could see it in your face, and I've had that same feeling where you're excited. It's like, and then all of a sudden the Clippers come out. You get a little nervous, right? Because it's not so much the hair, but you're thinking, maybe I'll lose an eyebrow as well. Like, how was that?
Yeah, I thought some of the guys were pretty excited. You didn't know if they were going to slip by an accident or on purpose.
On purpose, yeah.
Slide that mic up a little bit, just so there we go.
Mitzi came up to me. I think he went backwards first. I don't know. I've never done it before, so I didn't know what the result was going to be. So I had to catch him quick.
And when they said the reverse mohawk, you're thinking, oh no, they're going to leave like a strip in the middle.
Yeah, I didn't know what they had planned, but you have to be on your toes up there.
Oh yeah.
Marty, I'm sure you were really happy to see Jeff get involved in this based on your history with it and what Jeff's doing here in the final days of this month.
Which is amazing because you're donating $53 for every $50 donation, matching up to $53,000, obviously your number. But let me ask you this, like, how did you hear about it, and how did you go about wanting to get involved? Who did you talk to and say, hey, and how did that all happen?
Well, we got Rich. I know you guys know Rich. He's obviously does a lot of work behind the scenes for us, and he set everything up. I think I talked with my parents. My mom likes my hair, so I had to get the okay from her, and then I just talk it through with my family, and I mean, I think for me it's pretty small gesture by me. I just shave my hair. It's gonna grow back, but. All the kids that are going through a tough time, and the families and the doctors and nurses and everyone at Roswell Park that's part of this is going through a tough time. It's just nice to be a part of it. I know some kids came out, and I think everyone had sort of a fun day, and I think. For me, that's what it's about, really.
So tell your mom. My mom was the same way, by the way. I remember when I was playing junior hockey, and the guys would be like, hey, we're bleaching our hair. And I'd come home, and my mom would be like, you're not bleaching your hair. Like, she'd be really... But I've done it now 4 or 5 times, and look, I got a big set of hair. It comes back, and it comes back nice and the same. So she'll be happy to know that, you know, it'll be totally good. You'll be able to do it again next year, so you're not off the hook. You know?
Hopefully it grows back in time.
Hey, there's some really good pics on social media of former junior teammates now together again in Dallas, and Scott Wedgwood and Tyler Sagan, and their junior hair was bright pink. And I'm wondering to what extent yours might have changed color in junior.
We never had that. So
no?
I got to keep it. Yeah, it's all natural. I don't know if you guys could tell, but,
That's a little surprising. You went through that era right around the same time as Sagan, obviously.
Yeah, I was a big fan,
I always say it's always good when you do, like, some guys will shave the sides, right? Or the Minnesota high school hockey tournament, they do the flow team and they bleach it and they have the big thing. You got to win, because if you're in juniors and you do this and you lose in the first round, you look kind of like an idiot for doing all of it and not coming through together. Like, and I'm saying that because I think what we're seeing is you guys are having a lot of fun. Like, the team is having a lot of fun. You dress up like the Flint Tropics at the Heritage Classic. Like, there's a lot of things that are happening, but you guys are backing it up with wins and good play. So that's got to make you feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it's nice to have fun, but you got to back it up. Unless you're Cody Eakin, I think then you can just rock it. You can just rock the hairdo all the time. But,
what about when he showed up with the shades entering warm-up at the Heritage Classic? Like, all you guys have the toque on. Yeah. He has the bright red flaming hair going, and he has the Oakleys on. Yeah. Like, did you guys know he was going to put that look together?
No, but... They look good. He was fast. He looked fast. It's good.
Hey, you're running into Pittsburgh here tonight. You've seen him a couple of times. Each time your goaltender has been required to make 45 saves, and you've emerged with points in both those instances. What is the kind of the feeling coming into this one on the heels of a very successful end of the road trip?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of good things in our game we want to keep building on, but we know it's going to be a good challenge. They're a good team. They're really good on the road. and they're playing really well right now. So we have to be prepared to sort of match that intensity that they bring, and again, hopefully just keep building on some of the good things in our game.
How has it changed for you with the consistency of your line and thus the matchups that you get night in, night out? And obviously you're going to be staring down some pretty good ones tonight.
Yeah, I think that just sort of comes with the territory. If you want to be an impact player, you want to play big minutes, you're gonna face other teams' top lines and top D pairs. I think I've been impressed with how Tomer's handled it. Obviously, first full year playing center, it's a big challenge. And Tucky, I think coming in, I didn't see him too much when he was in the West. So I've been pretty surprised and really enjoyed playing with him so far. So it's one of those things that you want that challenge, and hopefully we can keep being up to the task.
We've obviously caught a few of your exchanges with the opposition a few times where you chirp back and they chirp back at you. Some of them are probably off camera. What's a recent one that had you kind of laughing and something that you could share with our audience?
I don't know.
You didn't have anything with Matthew Tkachuk in Calgary? There was nothing there? No. I would have thought that would have been one that maybe you guys would have gone like head-to-head with something.
I usually try and sort of block those out of my memory as soon as they happen. Sometimes I feel like it gets me in the game, and then after the game I think maybe it was a bit too much. But the heat of the moment, I don't know. Sometimes it happens. I get a little overexcited, but yeah, I think it's just part of the game. It's again, it's something that sometimes... it's a long season. Sometimes you need a little push to get into it, and everyone's looking for that edge, and sometimes that's the one that
Do the guys say anything when, like, you come back to the bench and you're heated? Let's say I remember, I don't remember the team, but you scored a goal and the guys are celebrating with you and you're chirping back at somebody. Like, are the guys laughing when they get back to the bench? They say, hey, we were trying to hug you for the goal, but you were worried about something else. Like, how did they respond to all of that?
I don't know. I mean, maybe behind my back they're saying he's got to calm down. Usually they're all right with it, but yeah, hopefully, like, if I ever get way too out of control, I'm sure one of them will be like, hey, tone it down, but it hasn't happened yet. So
now we have often experienced, because of Razor being between the benches, him being very close to you, and you're leaning over the boards and talking to the other. But in those instances, do you ever notice Rob as kind of the middleman in that? Do you recognize that he might be paraphrasing some of the things you're saying to the other team?
Sometimes maybe just after the fact, just after it's left my mouth, I think, but then it's too late, so you just have to keep going. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's one of those things where I guess now there's a little bit more access. There's more mics. You have to be a little bit more aware of what you're saying, because it sometimes gets picked up, but it's just part of the game.
Well, you say that, and then at the same time, we all recognize that exposure in the venue seems to be something that pulls people in, lets people gravitate to the game. And I'm looking at you, and I think you're reading my mind. Like, we watch F1 Drive to Survive. I don't know if you've watched that series at all, whether you think that it's, you know, a little too much information as far as on the inside of the sport or not, but it has clearly been a godsend for Formula One in North America as far as popularity. I'm wondering how you feel about access like that and what it can do to grow the game.
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, I do think that there's a line you have to kind of, you don't want to cross between sort of giving too much access and sort of guys not being able to sort of fully be themselves. But I think it's good. I've seen that show. It's fun as a fan. I think as the sport of the individuals in the sport, it's fun to get that access and to sort of see people's personalities and see kind of behind the scenes footage. And yeah, I think it's good. I think that it's trending in that direction, obviously, and it will continue to. And I think that they'll continue to do it in a good sort of tasteful way.
How's your curling game?
It's not great. I thought I was doing well, and then I saw the video, and I was like, wow, I wasn't getting down as low as I thought.
I've played curling in high school, and I've done it a few times. I have in my mind this picture that my leg is way back, foot down, full extension. I'm really leaning over the top of it, and then you realize, oh, we are very stiff. Like, we're not looking like real curlers.
Yeah, it looked like I was just about to fall over, but I felt like I was good. So, I don't know. It's not great, but I don't know. It was fun, so I guess that's what I was looking at.
Was there a lot of post editing that was done to make sure that you guys looked like you knew that the shots were good, or were the shots actually decent?
There were some good shots, actually. Krebsy and Bryson had some real nice shots. I think the editing was pretty accurate. I don't know. I mean, I wish they didn't really have the GoPro right in my face, but it was throwing off my balance, you know. But it was fun, yeah.
Who's the worst? Then if you're like saying Krebsy and those guys were pretty good, like who was the one that you said he would be the last pick if you guys had to pick teams?
I don't know. I mean, Krebsy and Bryce were both on my team, so I was pretty biased there. But yeah, so then that leaves Mitzi or Tomer, and they're on the other team. Tomer's so tall.
Yeah,
so like,
that's who I would have picked because his size just makes it tough.
Yeah, he's. But I'm sure if he kept at it, he'd get better. It just it's a long way down for him, you know.
Hey, last one. Just getting back to the whole animated moments in game and stuff, and we've had the privilege of seeing your group come together and the Heritage Classic kind of put it all on display. In those moments right before the game, on a normal game like tonight, are there guys that you found to be really important and helpful and fun as far as just kind of bringing more energy to the moment?
I think that we have a good mix of guys where it's not always one guy, which is what you need, I think, over the course of a long season, because if you have one or two guys, it's tough to maintain that energy, and it's tough to keep hearing the same voice. So it's nice that we have a bunch of guys that have come in. I think the nice part about our team is we got a lot of young guys that have a lot of enthusiasm and energy sort of naturally, just because they're excited to be in the league and to be making next steps in their career. I know Tucky obviously is one of those guys that sort of brings that energy. He's kind of a little bit older than a young guy, but he's a new guy, and he's sort of injected some of that energy and that type of energy that guys can build off of and guys can grab onto and feed off of. So that's been really nice, I think, and it always helps when you're playing well and you're winning. So I think if you can keep that energy up and you can keep that positive feeling going, it's a good thing for everyone.
No, I'm all good. I think so I would be the guy that would bring no energy. I'd be in my bubble. Yeah. Is there one guy that when you guys are having fun or whatever, you look over and they're in their bubble thinking about the game, and that always happens?
Yeah, I mean, goalies are different, right? Yeah. So they get in their zone, and no one really needs to disturb them. So I guess, I mean, Ticker's pretty focused when he's playing, and he's really dialed in. I'm trying to think. I think obviously it's probably, you could probably guess that Oki's like, he's like the voice that's kind of sort of steady and stable, and I don't want to put a label that he's too serious, because he can loosen up, and he is part of the fun, and he knows when to keep it loose. But he is the kind of guy that he's been around so long, and he has so much experience that he knows the exact sort of right time to sort of dial it in and be serious, and when those moments to be loose are. So he's kind of like that steady voice, I'd say.
And you need that, absolutely.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. Continue your quest towards 30 goals on the season with a big impact tonight against the Pittsburgh Penguins. You'll see the game on TNT. Hear it right here on WGR Sports Radio 550.